Let's get to the state of the pandemic here in the United States and the alarming indicators we're now seeing across the country. Brian Todd is joining us. He's putting it all together for us. Brian, we just heard an update from Dr. Anthony Fauci on the timeline for a COVID vaccine. What have we learned?
Right, Wolf. This just in from Dr. Fauci a short time ago. He said a COVID-19 vaccine could be widely available to the public by April of next year, and that researchers should know by next month or December whether some vaccine trials have a safe candidate. But this comes as we see some disturbing trends tonight in new infections and in hospitalizations. A new field hospital opens in Wisconsin today as the state sets records for deaths in a day. It comes as we get the starkest indication yet of a brutal start to the fall. 36 states trending upward in new coronavirus cases tonight. No states are trending down in new cases. And for the first time in 2 months, America averaging more than 50,000 new cases each day.
We've got a lot of activities that are resuming. We've got sports all over the place with people in stadiums again. We have a lot of people getting back to work. We have schools open. We have people having kind of quarantine fatigue and trying to get back to some semblance of their normal life, having gatherings.
And there are new warnings about those gatherings. The White House Coronavirus Task Force and the CDC saying they're seeing an increased threat of virus spread from small household gatherings, where precautions often are not taken.
Particularly with Thanksgiving coming up, we think it's really important to stress the vigilance of these continued mitigation steps in the household setting.
Tony Green knows that threat too well. He held a small family gathering in Texas in June. From that event, he says, 14 people became infected and 2 of his relatives died.
I feel like a drunk driver that killed his family.
In 2 hard-hit areas, local leaders are cracking down. Oklahoma City, seeing a rise in hospitalizations, is extending its mask ordinance until December 7th. New Mexico's governor saying her state is approaching a point where the spread of the virus will be, quote, uncontrollable, announces several new restrictions. Bars and restaurants serving alcohol have to close at 10 p.m., gatherings limited to 5 people. In New York City, the mayor says while some hotspots have leveled off, the city is always at the threshold of getting back into trouble.
We are threatened with a full-blown second wave in New York City. If that happens, the entire city would have to go back to the restrictions we knew in March and April.
New York's governor expressing frustration with a Sweet 16 party at this inn on Long Island last month, which spawned nearly 40 new cases. Citing pop-up clusters like that, he offers a sobering projection for the country.
This is not going away anytime soon. I think best case scenario, we're looking at another year by the time, even if everything works out well.
And we have this just in from the University of Alabama, the school announcing that head football coach Nick Saban has tested positive for coronavirus. Saban issuing a statement himself saying that at the moment he has no symptoms. Nick Saban is 68 years old, we should note. The school also saying that athletic director Greg Byrne has also tested positive for coronavirus. Both Saban and Greg Byrne are now isolating at home. Assistant coach, actually the offensive coordinator, Steve Sarkisian, taking over preparation duties for Alabama this coming week while the coach is at home. Wolf.
Very disturbing. We wish him obviously a very, very speedy recovery. Brian Todd reporting. Thanks very much.